So the album Chaos is about pretty much. So I started working on this album when quarantine started for COVID-19 because I was bored, had nothing else to do, and I decided, you know what, music helps me get through things, and music brings people together. So I'm gonna work on a new album. So I wanted to get a bunch of friends and stuff who I knew to work on this. That's why I had Hunter. I had some other people planned, but they were busy, couldn't do it, or we weren't able to because we couldn't get together, or some other reason. That's fine, but I carried on, and I wanted this album to be sort of like a. And it was originally just going to be strictly just like hardcore, like dubstep, like okay, there's gonna be a thing, and then the bass drop, and then a thing, and that's how the song's gonna be. But eventually, I realized, you know what? I want this album to be a little different. So when you listen to the album, there's gonna be highs, lows, because it starts off with an intro and then brain melt, and then the the fourth track or the fifth track would be. So you go up in a high, starting with Brain Melt. It's like a high point in the album, and then you go down to a low point, and then you come back up. And then there's sort of like a bit of like area where it's eerie, kind of unsettling, and it's kind of my feelings toward. I made these songs as I was going along, so my feelings, how I was feeling during this quarantine, I sort of made a song similar to that. It was like, okay, this is how I'm feeling, I want to make a song like this. And some of it was anger, some of it was sadness, loneliness, and a lot of these songs I was just like, you know, I think this would sound cool, so I definitely experimented a lot more, tried to do a lot of different sounds together. There's a lot of elements and layers put into this album, and I really, really enjoyed doing that. But again, there's high points, then there'll be a low point, and then more high points. And towards the end of the album, there's a low point, and then second to last track is a high point, sort of just like to end it off on a good note. And then there is the final track, which I enjoy making because it's very psychedelic and it's completely different than than any normal song I would normally make. And I want to make an album like that eventually. But that's basically the whole, and it's called Chaos for the obvious reason of because everything that's going on, there's a lot of chaos and people don't know what to do. And how I felt about this quarantine was the entire, it was just chaos to me because my entire world was gone. I didn't know what to do, and everything I knew like stopped. The world around me just stopped, and I didn't know what to do. And I turned to music to help me. And I hope that everyone enjoys this album as much as I enjoyed making it, and as much as I enjoy it too.